Take number 18. My name is Dorian Howell. This is my presentation on Intro to Statistics, or more accurately, my presentation on what my findings was for my survey, which my survey was on online shopping and e-commerce. The reason why I chose that was both professional and also personal here. I'm a business student and I'm accepted into the bachelor's program starting this spring. I'm super excited to start that. So I wanted to do something that was relevant towards my career. And then also I'm an online marketer, which means I'm on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the social media sites. And this wasn't just online shopping, it also involved Instagram or social media as well. So we'll get back into that. But also personally, I always heard the adage, oh, online shopping is killing brick and mortar stores. And I wanted to see if that's true or not. And that's really my reasoning for choosing this survey was, okay, it was seeming interesting. Now moving on to the data collection. I use the convenient sampling method, which really means like I'm getting result participants in an easy and effective manner, which started with 3 different stages. The first one was posting it onto the course board. Only one person actually answered it from it. Then I messaged every single one of my classmates directly asking them to do that, which even the professor said people are supposed to do that. Because I couldn't just say, hey, you're not doing it. Some students did not do it, which annoyed me. So I then posted it on social media on my Facebook page, which I got quite a few, but I didn't get the minimum number for the survey. So then I posted it onto the PHSC classmate page, which got me my number that I needed and a little bit more, which was 47. National survey was a lot more. I just find that both of them was starting with a 4.7. I just found it kind of coincidence. Research questions, the demographic questions were age, gender, race, income, marital status, education, political affiliations, and religious organization. Yes, I got that correct. Organizations I keep on mumbling that one. And then 3 questions from the national survey, which for me doing this, if all the students did each other's survey, I think that education will be kind of like redundant for this survey because everyone's in college right now, so they'd be answering some college, or there's some DE students, but still you'd be answering kind of some college. Not sponsored by McDonald's at all. At all. Okay, now, first question. Use your cell phone to buy something online. You can see it's a landslide. There was only one participant that said no or no answer to that, which was like, wow. A lot of people are buying with their phones. Next question was purchase something through a link on a social networking site such as Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Participants that said yes was 40%. 60% said no or no answer, which was shocking to me. And I'll talk about that in the discussion. Watch product review videos online, which was 77% said yes, 23% said no or no answer. This one was more balanced, but I find it interesting that first one was straight landslide. Second one was closer, but I know for the most. And then this one was a landslide too for yes. The testing hypothesis for question 1, I use the yes question. Reason for that was on each of these, I chose whichever one had the most answer, just because. And for this, my survey had a 98%. Oh, great, I'm doing great. I keep on saying 80 for some reason. And national survey was 79% here. And the p value was so low that I had to use 3 decimal points, even get 1 out of it. And then the test statistics was, or stats, I don't know what I want to call it, was a 3.20. Conclusion, reject the null hypothesis. So low. And then this one, no, this is not McDonald's ad, or it's becoming one. This one was my question was no, which was a 60% versus a 51 for the national. P-value was really high, which was a 0.217. And then the test stats was a 1.51. Conclusion, do reject the null hypothesis for this one. And then the hypothesis for question 3, which was my yes. P-value was very low as well, which I had to do 3 decimal points just to get 2. Oh my god, this sucks. Test stats was a 3.03. I have to conclude, reject the null hypothesis here. And again, first one was reject. The second one was do not reject. Third one was reject as well. And getting to the discussion points. First, all 3 questions, I didn't notice it. I thought it was nothing of it when I saw it. But each of these questions, like I even showed, they do not have a question mark. They all have a period on them, which made them very weird to read. And especially like the thing that I liked about question number 2 was I'm in the social media space and a lot of marketers are saying, rah, rah, social media, that's a way for business to build and stuff like that. And my survey just crushed that, saying that people aren't buying through social media at all. And this is also using the age of it, which is also part of this discussion here, is my age mean is a 23. This is the age that are supposed to be all on social media too, even though in my survey there were some older people too. Yeah, this is just an ad for McDonald's. And so yeah, for it to be no was really shocking. Gender was also shocking because I was expecting there to be more females than males, but it was dominant. It was the majority was female here. And then the political affiliations, I always heard that it was 50-50 between the Republicans and Democrats, but this one was actually kind of interesting that it was like 40% Dems, 30% Republicans, and then 30% like independents. So I was shocked that independence was so big as well there too. Religious organizations, I am a Christian. I will be honest with that. I do not care if you are in another faith. I do, but I personally want to see that someone believes in some sort of God type thing. But a lot of people, dominant portion, didn't believe in God at all, which was saddening for me. And I'll pray for everyone. And then conclusion for the first question, like I did before, was reject the null hypothesis because it was just so big difference between my survey and the national survey. Second one, I have to do not reject the null hypothesis because you can see it's just a 9% difference between the two. And then for the third question, I reject the null hypothesis because again, it's just such a huge difference. And then here's my reference pages, which was me for the unpublished raw data on online shopping. Then the second one is from the national poll. And then the third one was my professor as well. And that's how I did this. This one was the star for me on it. Education to me just didn't need to be there at all. But it gave me more questions to double check on. But that was my whole hypothesis on this. Thank you very much for watching this.